Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is still playing out the bullish trend on the daily time frame, but is still flashing this short-term warning signal that we need to pay attention to, while Ethereum is also flashing the same short-term warning signal. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is still clearly within the bull market, also known as the larger bullish trend, because at least for now, we have not yet invalidated the bullish price structure, and we have not yet invalidated this bullish trend right here based on the super trend indicator, which is still currently sitting in the green. And with that being said, taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, we're still clearly within the shorter term bullish trend here on the daily time frame, as the DXY or US dollar index is still trending in the bearish direction despite the latest very short term bounce back to the upside. Because as we can see here, time and time again, when the DXY is trending in the bearish direction, that is almost always bullish for the price of Bitcoin in terms of the shorter term trend and momentum. But of course, when the DXY is trending in the bullish direction, that is almost always bearish for the price of Bitcoin in terms of the trend and momentum. And so once again, while the DXY is still playing out this bearish trend, this is a major bullish signal for Bitcoin, as I've been saying basically every day over the last couple of weeks. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, as of right now, the price of Bitcoin, at least as of recording this video, is running into this area of resistance sitting in between around 67 to 68,000. And based on the volume profile indicator right here, that resistance perhaps goes up towards around 68.2 to 68.3K. So basically just above 68,000 is the top side of this area of resistance. But once we start seeing daily candle closes actually confirming a breakout above 68,000, then in that case, our next major resistance is basically the all-time high area sitting at around 72 to 74,000. And so basically, once we see a clean breakout above 68,000 and ideally flipping that into new support like what we did at this previous resistance, once we see that happening above 68,000, then the next major resistance is basically the all-time high, and above that level, obviously, would be entering into fresh new all-time highs. And so once again, as I've been saying over and over again here on the channel, I'm still very bullish right now on the trend and momentum. It's just, of course, from time to time, we can see some slight pullbacks here and there during this bullish trend. And so just because we see a slight little dump or pullback along the way, that does not necessarily mean the bullish trend is completely over. And of course, we should be expecting some sort of struggle around key resistance, which is very normal to see even during a bullish trend. And already, even over the last 1 to 2 days, the price has been struggling a little bit around 67 to 68,000 because the price has basically stopped and stayed at around that level for the last couple of days. And so at least as of right now, that is still the resistance to pay attention to on this daily Bitcoin chart. And in case we were to see any sort of pullback or rejection from this resistance, at least initially, then we should expect major support in between around 63 to 64,000 if we actually see some sort of rejection here. And if we're zooming into the slightly shorter term, looking at the 8-hour time frame, we're also running into this exact Fibonacci level of resistance, at least as of recording this video, which is sitting at around 67,500, also right in between this area of resistance, in between 67 to 68,000. And already over the last 1 to 2 days, we've seen a couple of very small rejections, basically the price just somewhat struggling around this resistance, which once again is normal to see, but we're still ultimately within the bullish trend, at least in terms of the short-term trend and momentum. And based on these Fibonacci retracement levels right here, once we see a clean breakout above 67,500, which really should be a breakout above around 68,000 based on this resistance on the daily time frame, but once we see a breakout here, then the next major level to pay attention to is sitting at around 72,000, so basically this previous high in the price of Bitcoin. And with that being said, if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 6-hour Bitcoin chart, at least for now, the price is potentially forming this new bearish divergence pattern with higher highs forming and already confirmed here in the price action in the candle closes, and lower highs still currently forming in the 6-hour Bitcoin RSI. And so we still need to see a little bit more confirmation to actually confirm this bearish divergence on the 6-hour time frame. But ultimately, this is telling us that potentially sooner, if this actually confirms, we're starting to lose a bit of bullish momentum just in the short term. Because once again, if this actually confirms right here on the 6-hour time frame, this is basically telling us that we're due to see a bit of a short-term cool-off from all of this bullish price action, which usually plays out in the form of either some choppy sideways price action or perhaps a slight pullback. But a bearish divergence by itself, especially on a smaller time frame like a 6-hour chart, this does not necessarily mean we're going to see a bearish trend reversal and the bullish trend is over, even if it does confirm. Because once again, a likely scenario, if it first confirms here, if we see some more confirmation with some red candle closes, a likely scenario would be a bit of a break, just a cool off in the short term from the bullish trend before potentially continuing that bullish trend later on. And so ultimately, I'm still very bullish on the price of Bitcoin right now for the trend and momentum. Just keep in mind, nothing really goes in a straight line. So it is normal to see some struggle around resistance and possibly short-term pullbacks from time to time, but I'm still bullish on the trend. And if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I take just about all of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a massive lucky draw happening right now where you could potentially win up to $100,000 just by trading crypto using the link down below this video. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and over the last one day, we took out this short-term liquidity to the upside, which was sitting at around 67,500. Because once again, as I've said over and over again here on the channel, usually the price of Bitcoin moves towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if it's close to the price of Bitcoin, as this level was right here. And as of right now, we do actually have a little bit more liquidity building to the upside, slightly above the price of Bitcoin, sitting at around 67.7K to 67.9K. So just underneath 68,000, we have some more liquidity starting to build up. And with that being said, we still have some major levels of liquidity at around 62,000 and around 63,000 approximately. So just keep that in mind. But as of right now, those levels are sitting below major support here in the price of Bitcoin. And so that's why we need to consider multiple charts and indicators and timeframes and patterns and everything like that, because obviously we can't rely just on one chart by itself, because there could be something else that could be stopping the price of Bitcoin actually hitting those levels. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, right now the price of ETH is still looking bullish in terms of the trend and momentum, because we're still actively playing out the bullish trend reversal, the bullish breakout from this 3-stage bullish reversal pattern, which is a bump and run reversal pattern. And so we still have a technical price target for this pattern in play, which is sitting at around 3.9K, which from where we are right now, at least as of recording this video, to that technical price target, that's still around an 11% move to the upside approximately. And this bullish breakout and that bullish price target would only invalidate if we see a confirmed break with a candle close back below the point of the breakout, so below around 3270. And at least as of right now, we still have more room to the upside here in the daily Ethereum RSI, because at least for now, we are not yet overbought. And if we're taking a look at the 8-hour time frame, right now the price is still potentially forming a bearish divergence on the 8-hour chart, with higher highs already confirmed in the price action in the candle closes and lower highs still forming in the 8-hour Ethereum RSI. And so once again, as I said in my last video, this is something that is forming on the chart right now. It's a signal that's flashing, but is not yet confirmed. So nothing is in play right now when it comes to this bearish divergence. And that's simply due to the fact that we have not yet confirmed the lower high in place in the RSI here on the 8-hour time frame, which means, for example, if we continue to see this bullish trend to the upside right here with another breakout, that could raise the RSI back to the upside. And if the RSI breaks out above the previous high, then we have no bearish divergence at all. And so due to that, we need to actually cement the lower high in place in the RSI by seeing a bit more of a pullback in the RSI. And a pullback in the RSI can play out by seeing a couple more red candle closes actually confirming here in the price action. And so once again, this is still a signal to pay attention to, as it is potentially forming, but it is not yet confirmed. So at least for now, it's nothing to really act on. But once again, as I've also been saying, even if it does confirm, this does not necessarily mean the bullish trend right here is over. Once again, it can play out in the form of just a short-term cool-off before potentially continuing the bullish trend later on. And as for short-term support and resistance, right now we're still technically running into this golden pocket, at least as of recording this video, which is sitting in between around 34.80 to just above 35.20. But if we start seeing 8-hour candle closes and ideally a daily candle close back above 35.20 and ideally flipping that into new support, then in that case, expect to move up towards around 36.50 to 3.7k as the next short-term resistance. And once we can finally see a confirmed breakout with candle closes back above 3.7k, then in that case, expect to move up towards around 3.9k with this bullish price target in play right here. And technically speaking, taking a look at the 2-hour time frame, at least as of recording this video, we still have this bullish price target in play for this triangle pattern breakout, and that bullish price target is sitting at around 35.70. But obviously, keep in mind, we have to surpass this golden pocket in order to hit that bullish price target. And if we're taking a quick look at the price of Solana on the 6-hour time frame, at least as of recording this video, the price is still running into this area of resistance, but we're getting very close to a breakout right here because this area of resistance is sitting in between around 170 to 175. And so if we start seeing candle closes above 175 and ideally flipping that into new support, then in that case, expect to move up towards around 183 to 187 as the next short-term area of resistance. And as of right now, we're also potentially forming a bearish divergence for the price of Solana on the 6-hour time frame, with higher highs in the price already confirmed in the candle closes and lower highs still potentially forming in the 6-hour Solana RSI. And so once again, as I said earlier in the video for Ethereum, we still need to see more confirmation here to actually confirm the bearish divergence by confirming the lower high in place in the RSI. But like I also said earlier, even if we confirm the lower high in place, confirming the bearish divergence on this 6-hour time frame, that does not necessarily mean the bullish trend is over, because usually these shorter term bearish divergences play out in the form of a short-term cool-off, so either choppy sideways price action or a slight pullback before potentially continuing the bullish trend later on. But once again, at least as of right now, it's not even confirmed to begin with, so it is still possible that we could just break out straight away from this resistance. And once again, in that case, either way, once we see a breakout above 175, expect to move up towards this next resistance, as I mentioned earlier. And as for short-term support, we still have a lot of support at around 160 to 161 based on previous resistance and support in the price, which should once again act as new support. And obviously, I'm still very much bullish on the trend and momentum as of right now. Just keep in mind, even during a bullish trend, we can see some pullbacks from time to time. Nothing moves in a straight line. And once again, if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.